you. I don't depend on what you're gonna do. I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and basketball fans across the world. Welcome to Louisburg College for tonight's Region 10 matchup as we welcome in the Wake Tech Eagles. PD Doors Craig Green here, best seat in Louisburg tonight, Craig, as we welcome in the 0-4 Wake Tech Eagles.
Best seat in all of Franklin County, to be quite honest with you, PD, and tonight, Wake Tech, again, starting 0-4, but on the other side of things, Louisburg is off to a very hot start. They're off to a 3-0 start, coming off a big win against Camp Community College in the 401 Classic this weekend.
Yeah, you know, we were talking a little bit before we went on air here. Wake Tech 0-4, but they've played a pretty intense schedule. Coach Wainwright, he loves to force his players at the beginning of the season to see how they play, how they're going to go up against region players. And they are D1 in JUCO, which is a big statement. They play, so far they played Dayton State College. They lost that game 119-82. They played Polk State College, lost that 89-63. Lost to Daytona State College 91-70. And then they lost to County College of Morris 67-64 in a nail biter on Saturday. But, Louisburg, not like this year. Last year, they're on the road a lot at the beginning of the season. We saw that last year, and the women were home. This year, the women has only played 2 home games, and that was this weekend in the 401 Classic. Other than that, the women's been traveling this year. And Coach for Louisburg,
Coach Gaskins.
Coach Gaskins saw his ladies step up in that on the road, and then they come in here this past weekend and got a clean 2-0 sweep. But Coach Bagwell for the men, he's happy with what he's seeing so far. He has to be. If he's not, he has to be happy with the team he's got coming in this year.
Well, talking to Coach Brian Bagwell earlier today, he thought that the style of play that he wants to see the Hurricanes use throughout the season was more evident against Camp Community College than it was even against Patrick and Henry last week. And for the Hurricanes right now, through 3 games, Petey, they're averaging 89 points a game. This team right now, they are 4th in Region 10 in scoring. They're 4th in field goal percentage. But the one thing that they're better at than anyone else in Region 10 D2 right now is shooting the 3 ball. They are 1st in 3-point percentage.
And that's a lot with a lot of freshmen he has on the squad. It's interesting to see how he's been running with the same 9-man rotation he's got. He's got plenty of depth. He's got Cameron Barnes coming off of the bench. Torrey Brown steps up. One player we haven't seen this year step in, which is a redshirt sophomore, is Kristen Hodges. We haven't seen him so far this season, but we've seen Nehemiah McDonald come in, the sophomore leadership. But I tell you, my freshman sensation right now is Donovan Majette.
Majette has been a really nice spark for the team. This past weekend against Camp, didn't have his best game, only 2 points and 1 of 9 from the field. But he has been a breath of fresh air. And, when you lost as much experience as Brian Bagwell lost last year, some of the players, some of the impact players they had, to have Majette step in and take on one of those roles in terms of, the leadership roles in terms of scoring, in terms of playing offensively, down low against bigger defenders, and still being able to go out in the wing and guard 3s and 4s is pretty phenomenal, if you ask me. And tonight, Majette, again, coming off of a 2-point game, even in a blowout win, he'd like to have a better performance tonight.
Yeah, shooting 1 for 9 from the field is not, his normalty. He was out of his normalty on Saturday, but it's great to see everybody step up in a game like that. When you see your man down, pick him up. It's just like in game 1 when we saw that game, Nehemiah McDonald against Virginia Peninsula. He had 1 field goal the entire game. Yep. 1 field goal, and he had all his points come from the charity stripe.
Yeah, the one thing we've seen is that the Hurricanes have got it done in a multitude of ways. The first game that we saw here at the Taylor Arena was a nail-biter with Majette getting the game winner in the final seconds. And then, a little bit, they kind of cruised to victory against Patrick and Henry. And then this past Saturday against Camp Community College, in obliteration, they were up by 18 at halftime, PD, and didn't let up. So it's, they would like to see that formula continue tonight. I know that's exactly what Brian Bagwell wants, and that's what the players are going to want as well.
Interesting stat I ran across yesterday was the shooting percentage for Wake Tech from 3. They're 22% from behind the arc. Louisburg setting at 38% behind the arc.
Yeah, 3 ball is going to be an important factor in this game, but also another important factor that we're going to have to pay attention to is rebounding as well. Wake Tech is a much better rebounding team right now than the Hurricanes are. They get 33.5 rebounds a game, but the most important statistic when it comes to rebounding, PD, is that in Region 10 D2 play, Louisburg College is dead last at offensive rebounding. They get 4 rebounds a game on the offensive glass. That has got to increase tonight if they're going to want to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles coming here. A lot of these players played in high school against each other. played with each other. They're, Wake Tech and Franklin. Wake Tech is in Wake County in North Carolina, and Louisburg's in Franklin County. So, I mean, a lot of these players played AU ball and other sorts of basketball amongst each other, been teammates. So they all know how to play against each other.
And, I mean, there's a Wake Tech campus, not less than, 20 minutes away from where we currently stand right now. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of intermingling. There's going to be a lot of familiarity between players on both sides. I mean, there's probably some teammates from way back in the day, on opposite benches tonight. But, I think that makes for interesting storylines. I think it also makes for an interesting ball game tonight. You can't discount Wake Tech just because they're 0-4.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're less than 2 minutes away from getting started here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. PD Norris, Craig Green. We're going to step away and get a quick word. We'll be right back. You're listening to Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media.
I don't depend on what you're gonna do. I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you.
Welcome back. PD Norris, Craig Green here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Craig, starting lineups are getting presented right now. If you want to go ahead and go with the Wake Tech Eagles.
Shamil Baker, the sophomore, 6'1", out of Beaufort, North Carolina. Charles Mathika, he is a sophomore guard, 6'1", also out of Beaufort. Taquan Holly, number 4, the sophomore forward, 6'7", out of Trap, North Carolina. Saquon Harris, the point forward for them, sophomore, 6'8", out of Raleigh, Word of God Christian Academy, in a place you and I are pretty familiar with. And number 13, Jaden Shepard, the freshman forward, 6'4", out of Lumberton, rounds out the Wake Tech Starting Eagles lineup. They are led by head coach Adam Wainwright and an entire plethora of assistant coaches: Nick Johnson, Keyshawn Tate, Cavell Wright, Rod Williams, and Brandon Solomon.
For the Louisburg Hurricanes, they come out with the 6'5" freshman from Raleigh East Wake, Donovan Majette, number 0. The 6'2" out of Durham, flight 22, Jade Braswell, wearing number 1. 6'5" out of Roxborough, North Carolina, Southeastern Prep, Isaiah Smith, wearing number 2. 6'3" freshman for Greensboro out of CPLA, wearing number 5, Robbie Knotts. And the returning 6'7" sophomore out of Fayetteville, Pine Forest. They are led by Brian Bagwell, Ray Hartsfield, and David Bagley. Craig, final thoughts on tonight's matchup?
If you're the Louisburg Hurricanes, you got to keep your eyes on 2 guys, Jaden Shepard and Saquon Harris. Shepard averaging 8 points and leads the team in rebounds with 8.3. Saquon Harris, again, one of the main ball handlers for them. He's the leading scorer, 11.5 points a game. He averages right around 1.3 assists, but also 4.3 rebounds. Got to crash the boards tonight, and you're going to see Louisburg here hopefully try to get Harris off the ball. If they can do that and force some turnovers, Louisburg's going to walk away with the W.
All right, tonight the Wake Tech Eagles will be wearing navy and gray with their teal colors. Louisburg will be in their home blue and whites. Tonight's officials: Tim Lewis, Ken Pike, and Eddie Shannon. And we are set, clock is set, and we are just about to get underway from the Roger G. Taylor Arena.
Folks still kind of making their way into the building right now, PD, and if it's anything like we saw the other night, we're going to have a packed house, but also it's Veterans Day, so I want to send a shout out to all the veterans who are watching right now. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice to the country. That includes some of my own family members, my niece Rochelle, my uncle Tommy, my brother Ted, and my nephew Michael as well.
And Wake Tech with the first stab at offense here. See how Coach Bagwell comes out into defense. Nothing moving down low for Wake Tech as they flash Shepard through the paint. Picking up his dribble, in trouble, but gives it away, and he'll force on the shot over the backboard, and it goes with Louisburg. That's the first turnover for Wake Tech.
Yeah, that was Mathika that time who was handling the ball a little bit again. The scouting report on Wake Tech shows that Saquon Harris is one of their main ball handlers. He's out there on the wing right now playing against Robbie Knotts III.
Braswell was waiting for someone to move. They clear to the paint. He hands it off to Majette. Majette nearly turns it over. 15 on the shot clock. They'll put up a 3. Doesn't fall, saving it out of bounds. And it was off of Mathika. And it stays right here to Louisburg.
A good effort by Mathika to try to dive and save the ball. Loose ball there, good awareness by Braswell to pick it up. He was able to find Nehemiah McDonald on the wing, just couldn't knock down the triple.
Knocks to the corner. Nehemiah picks up the first bucket for Louisburg, 3-0.
And a nice easy stroke that time by Big 24. He was out there on the wing, knocked it down, and that's exactly what you want to see right there, in the corner, not on the wing.
Mathika tries to answer back, fighting for it, and there was a jump ball, and it goes with Louisburg. And stepping right in there for Louisburg was Isaiah Smith between 2 Wake Tech players to tie it up and get the ball back with a 3-point lead.
Adam White preaches toughness, PD, and a tough player as well as Isaiah Smith on Louisburg.
Like we mentioned prior in pregame that Louisburg is hot from deep, and they're putting up. They've got the green light for Coach Bagwell. Nice dribble drive, switches hands, but it's blocked. Wake Tech in transition. 3-on-1, and he lays it up.
that was their big man that time, Harris, who got the layup. 6'8" out of Word of God Christian Academy.
Nice defense. Backdoor cut. Couldn't handle the hot mess. Mathika comes out with it. Baker feeds the man up front. Mathika. Spin the ball. Baker for three. No. Nehemiah, the only one down low, picking up the rebound. Smith gets by his defender, pulls up on the baseline. No, and an air ball coming down to Harris. Harris backs it off before he turns it over. We got one turnover for Wake Tech so far. It opened in 3 minutes.
Brian Bagwell says it's going to be very important to watch the ball. Wake Tech likes to try to run some illusion offense there to make you keep your eyes off of it, but there's a turnover.
Another turnover, 2 turnovers. Mathika, both of the turnovers. Majette for 3. You leave him alone, he'll make you pay. And the Hurricanes up 6-2.
6:06 p.m. and the bank is still open here in Louisburg, North Carolina.
Mathika steps, nearly turns it over, but saving him was Harris, and Harris lays it up between 3 defenders. Harris with 4 points. All the points for the...
I thought Harris traveled, got away with one.
When you got 3 defenders around you, it's kind of hard for the officials to see on that baseline, especially in his position. 16:55 left. Louisburg with a 2-point lead, and we got our first subs as Mathika will have a seat, and Sorrell will check in. S.J. Sorrell. Sorrell comes listed at 6 foot even out of Lake Raleigh Prep. Another freshman for the Eagles.
A lot of first-timers on the floor out here for both teams. Louisburg's Diaper Dandies have helped lead them to a 3-0 start.
Nice backdoor by Smith. Nehemiah there to put it up. And he is fouled, and the foul is going to go against Jaden Shepard out of Lumberton High School. 6'4" freshman. Picks up his first, team second. Nehemiah will head to the line to shoot 2. Look at Nehemiah McDonald on the season. He's 16 for 22 so far from the line. Make it 17 for 23.
And one thing about the stats early on in the season, PD, you know, they're going to jump up and jump down a lot. So, I mean, you could see a player with 100% free throw percentage. Then next week you can have 50. But I think we'll see, you know, what they are once we get towards the middle of the year. But, you know, when you're off to a good start, you're off to a good start.
Louisburg set up in a man press, and Eagles, Sorrell forces one up.
Good job by Knotts to get big.
Smith hands off to Braswell. He'll take it in straight to the cup and lays it up. 6-point lead Hurricanes way. Baker gets it across the timeline over to Shepard. Driving, spinning, nice kiss off the window, no. I believe he lost it as he went up. It's the 3rd turnover for Wake Tech and opening 4.5 minutes approaching our first media timeout. PD North's Craig Green here. If you're looking to support the Hurricanes this season, go ahead and scan the QR code in your corner or text Roll Canes to 44321, and you'll support the Hurricanes and keep this broadcast free all year long. Smith driving. Look at that, Craig. Guy is awesome with the hands and the sauce.
Smith, he just went right past Baker there to the basket. Easy layup. Hurricanes up by 8. And Harris got close to the basket that time. His rolled in and out, and then a rebound came down to Knotts. So right now Hurricanes looking to increase the lead, PD. They're up by 8 here.
Smith wanted to take that 3 over Sorrell. Got 15 on the shot clock. Majette gives it up to Braswell. He'll pull the guns out and fire away. And just like that, it's an 11-point lead.
Nice step back 3 ball that time by Jade Braswell. He's off to a hot start.
Sorrell gives it up to Shepard, and Shepard's kiss off the window. Nehemiah grabs it right off of the, looking like it was off of the rim, but they say it wasn't. He got a fair rebound, and we got our first media timeout. 15 minutes left, 15-4, Craig. A lot of fast-paced basketball right here by Coach Brian Bagwell and his assistant coach, Ray Hartsfield, and David Bagwell, coming out, trying to get a punch, knock him out, put him down, and let's start.
Exactly, and right now the defense is pretty good for the Hurricanes. They're boxing out well. The Wake Tech kind of doing some of the things that we thought they'd do, watching their games. They are trying to feed the ball inside and running some, some misdirection things here, but they do have guys kind of jacking up shots and then everybody crashing the boards. And guys like McDonald are doing a really good job to establish post position, get the rebound, and then set their team up for some offense.
Got 2 3 so far by the Hurricanes. Donovan Majette hit 1. Nehemiah McDonald with 1. 3. Jaden Braswell with 1. So we got 9 points from the perimeter for the Hurricanes. And Braswell along with Nehemiah McDonald, both with a nickel. And right now, it's 15-4 with just 5 minutes off the clock.
Good start by the Hurricanes. I mean, again, you're 5 minutes in, you've already got 15 on the board. So, I mean, if you do the math there, Petey, you're on pace for 60 points here in the first half.
I'm glad you're good at math.
That's Full Sail University math right there. Shout out to Michael Stinson at Full Sail. He didn't teach math, but he was awesome.
All right, Louisburg will have the ball coming in at timeout. They'll keep the starters on the court for Coach Bagwell. No, correction. They'll sit down and bring in Lavelle. Nehemiah turns it over. The first turnover for Louisburg. The first 6 minutes. Navarro also in for Wake Tech. And Harris is fouled from behind. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And they're saying the foul's going to go against Braswell.
Jaden Braswell's first foul.
And Braswell trying to laugh it off there with Eddie Shannon.
Making the first free throw.
Harris, he's a matchup problem, Petey. I mean, 6'8", handles the basketball well, can slash, can shoot, and can distribute.
So he misses the second and stops a 3-minute bleeding from Wake Tech, and it was off of the Hurricanes. I say it was off of Nehemiah McDonald on rebound. B.J. Solomon also in for Wake Tech. Push it in to Trey Manhurth. Coach Adam Wainwright still trying to find the correct rotation for the Eagles. Right now down by 10 on the road. In jeopardy of falling 0-5 on the season. Forcing up the Solomon. Pulls down the big rebound and goes up. And B.J. Solomon, welcome to the game today, sir.
And that's the offensive rebound that you have to keep them out of. You got to keep these guys out of the paint. Majette not able to establish position and was guilty of the foul.
14-16 left. Solomon just 34 seconds on the court. He's got 3 points. Got an 8-point lead. Eagles on a 3-0 run, and the Hurricanes turn it over once again. That's 2 back-to-back turnovers in just less than 47 seconds.
A good defense by Wake Tech to force the backcourt violation, having the ball slapped off of Braswell.
Hurricanes 2 trips down the court, 2 turnovers.
The Hurricanes like to trap from time to time here, and especially in the half court. Let's see if they decide to go with it here.
Surreal looking to come into play.
There's the trap. You see him coming over.
Navarro brings it all the way out in the hot pink shoes. Hands it off to Surreal. 11 on the shot clock. Driving on 2 defenders. Lobs it cross court. 3 coming up for Harris, and he misses. And Majette with the rebound. Majette to Braswell, and we got a foul on Surreal. Wake Tech getting beat on defense. You find yourself in those careless fouls. Just checking into the game for the first time for Louisburg tonight. This Torrey Brown to come back in as Robbie Knox.
Yeah, Braswell's a hard guy to keep up with. He's pretty quick.
Nehemiah puts up the shot, draws the foul. Navarro is the man that's looking right at Eddie Shannon like, how do you call a foul like that? Nehemiah back to the line. He's perfect tonight. He's 18 for 24 on the season. Leads away with 5 tonight. Him and Braswell.
And whether you get the points from the charity stripe or you get them, from the three-point line, they all count the same for the Hurricanes right now. You don't want to go into too much of a lull here. They've gone about a minute and a half without scoring.
Second one, right off the heel of the iron. Solomon hands it off to Navarro. Move the ball across. Trying to trap him off, but they beat the trap. And baseline's cut off, but he finds a way and goes up and draws the foul. And Saquon Harris continues to climb with 7 points tonight, looking for point number 8. He's got 7 of the team's 9. Correction, 7 of the team's 10.
Yeah, he is off to a good start for the Eagles. Again, they're starting to grow into the game a little bit here. Again, it was a nice sizable lead for Louisburg, and now that lead has been dwindled down to just 4 points.
8-0 run, 7-0 run for the Eagles. Might as well say it's great ball movement so far by the Hurricanes. Torrey Brown's 3 is off the mark. Flat-footed rebound by Holly.
Good look by Brown, just didn't knock it down.
Navarro puts up the 3. Coming down with the rebound, the Hurricanes. Brown whips it to the left side. Smith for 3. No. He shot that so far, it looked like it was coming from Roxborough.
Hurricanes need to stop the ball here.
Hurricanes working on a 3-minute drought.
There's the trap.
Navarro steps right on the inbound, right in front of the Hurricanes bench.
5 turnovers so far for Wake Tech. And again, Brian Bagwell wants to see his team play aggressive defense. He loves to see them trap right there, and that trap worked to perfection.
5-2 on the turnover category, unofficial. Barnes. Knox. Spins. Puts up the southpaw, and he stops the 2 minutes and 46-second drought.
What a move by Knox.
There goes Wake Tech. Call the foul on Wake Tech, and that's Taquan Holly with a foul. We got a timeout, 17-11 with 11:55 left. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball, presented by High Level Media on Louisburg Sports Network. Welcome back. PD Norris, Craig Green here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena, presenting Louisburg Sports Network. Craig, Wake Tech stopped out of the last timeout. It took nearly 3 minutes before the Hurricanes got a bucket, and they still lead by 6.
Yeah, they got to move the ball a little quicker here. Don't let Wake Tech come over and try to trap them.
Barnes puts up the shot, no rotation on the ball. It bounces off the back of the iron. Surreal. Ooh, gets away with the high dribble. Surreal facing Brown. Wake Tech stepping up the pace here to try to fight with the Hurricanes. Surreal drops it off to Navarro, and he puts up one around the back of the rim.
Yeah, Navarro went backdoor, and the Eagles forgot all about him.
Smith whips it over to the corner. Brown, baseline, puts up the lob and is blocked. Another turnover for Louisburg.
Who's going to be the
Look
guy?
around. Cameron Brown steals it back, lays it up, and he is fouled by Surreal, and that's Surreal's second foul.
I was just going to ask who's going to be the guy to score for this second unit for the Hurricanes. Right now, you've got Torrey Brown at the 1, and it seems like you've got Barnes here at the 2, and along with Smith maybe playing the 3. But right now, they've kind of gone into this lull here, and you see Brian Bagwell's got a bunch of guys ready to come back into the game to switch some things up.
Yeah, checking in with James Harris, along with Braswell, Nehemiah McDonald, and Majette. Only bench player coming in is James Harris out of Cleveland High School. And he'll be coming in, he's coming in right now, but Majette will check in for Cameron Barnes. And Barnes misses both free throws. Surreal trapped off. 23 on the shot clock. Surreal, great defense by Braswell, drops it off to and we got a foul on Cameron Barnes. But headed to the line to shoot 2. Wake Tech.
They can't afford to let the Eagles establish position underneath the basket here. They've got to do a better job boxing out here and crashing the boards. Can't let Wake Tech get chance after chance after chance and allow themselves to stay in this ball game.
Missing the free throw. (17-14). Little southpaw shot. And it's a 1-possession game. It's a 12-point lead here for the Hurricanes. They went to the bench. They went in a 3-minute lull. Braswell in trouble. Looking for some help.
Not a good pass.
Harris kicks it. They'll move it out. Holly, high kiss off the window. We're tied at 17. It's the first tie tonight, approaching the 10-minute mark in the first half. We hear the bench for Wake Tech. Get a little electrified here. Nehemiah from the corner is blocked. Great defense.
Holly causing a lot of problems in the paint for the Hurricanes. Excuse me, that's Harris, 5, not 4.
Surreal for 3 to give him the lead. Yes!
Wake Tech has fought back here for being down 15-4, PD. It's a 16-2 run in favor of Wake Tech.
Braswell's tripped up, puts up the shot, and it's blocked. Braswell looking for a call from the official, doesn't get a call.
Clean block that time. Again, you got to be careful with the combination on Manhertz and Harris down low. Then you got Shepard, who's not a small man himself. He's got long arms. Hurricanes need to move the basketball here and try to pull one of these big men out of position.
And you got Navarro. That's, he's got the green light also for the Eagles. McDonald, mismatch, dropping elbow, steps back, doesn't connect. Big rebound for Manhertz. The chance to extend the lead, 20-17. Harris gives it up, and we got a bucket by Shepard and an 18-2 run, and Coach Bagwell's not liking what he's seeing. In the last 6.5 minutes, it's been all Eagles.
And it's really started on the defensive end for Wake Tech, too. I mean, you know, they're forcing Louisburg into some tough shots, and then what they're doing is they're making the Hurricanes go one and out. You got to remember, the Hurricanes are the worst offensive rebounding team in Region 10 D2. They only get 4 a game, so right now, I mean, just based on what we're seeing, it's not in their nature to crash the boards offensively, you know, as effectively as they'd like. And I think that's part of the problem for them is that they're not getting multiple chances at it. They're going one and out, and then they're not having an easy time of stopping the Eagles on the opposite end of the floor. I mean, again, Harris is leading the charge here. He's distributing the basketball, and he's finding guys cutting to the basket, and they're getting easy looks.
And one thing with the Hurricanes, every time they dribble drive, they're always looking for the call to bail them out. The call's not always going to be there. If you can see what Braswell done the last time down, Braswell did get tripped up, but it wasn't the defensive side. He tripped himself up when he swung out too far.
Yeah, clean block down low here the last time, and now Hurricanes have a chance here, Petey, to try to stop this bleeding.
Move the ball around, Majette. Back to the left side. Nehemiah forces one and gets one up. And Nehemiah using the window, being 6:27, the bank is still open in Louisburg.
He got good position that time down low, in between Harris and Shepard.
Wake Tech gets away with the travel. Cyril whips it to the corner. Back out. Nothing moving down low on a defense for the Hurricanes. They're just backing it in. And a turnover as DJ Charles into the game picks up the 6th turnover for Wake Tech.
And they've done a good job with the basketball the last several minutes, Petey. They haven't turned the ball over in quite a while, so another opportunity for Louisburg to take advantage of a turnover.
Louisburg with an opportunity to tie with a 3, and with a 1 possession with a 2. Knox. Back out. Braswell dribble drives, kicks it, knocks in the corner. No, and a big rebound. No, and it was Nehemiah McDonald, and it's off of Cyril. Nehemiah McDonald needs to grab the board and not slap at it. This isn't volleyball, gentlemen. We got 10 on the shot clock. It should be back to 14.
Gave him 20.
There's 20 seconds on the shot clock.
So it looked like there were substitutions happening at the table, and our official Ken Pike went ahead and inbounded the ball before the substitutions were finalized. So stoppage of play, I think they're going to do it all over again here. Because when the ball was thrown in, Braswell was looking for his teammates. He had 3 guys at the scorer's table, and nobody was ready to receive the basketball.
So James Harris will exit for the Hurricanes. We'll come out with Smith, Braswell, Majette, Nehemiah McDonald, and Knox.
They're starting 5 back in here, perhaps for the final 8 minutes here to make a good push here and hope that they can make a good run.
Get up by as much as it was at the 15-minute mark. It was 15-4, looking like the Hurricanes going to blow through the Eagles' nest.
Yeah, they got off to a hot start.
18-4 run.
Yeah, they got off to a hot start, and then the Eagles shut it down pretty quickly.
Braswell and McDonald looking inside to Smith, and Smith using the window, couldn't get it to bail him out, so Harris pulls down the big rebound.
Nothing but navy blue down there to rebound. No Hurricanes in sight.
6'8" out of Word of God High School. Whips it to the corner, 3. No, and it's an air ball, and Harris pulls down a rebound, and coming out with it, Nehemiah McDonald off the second opportunity. Majette stops running as soon as him and Braswell made eye contact. He pulled, and Braswell lobbed the ball to him.
Good idea.
5th turnover by Louisburg here in the opening 13 minutes.
Good idea on that pass that time, but again, just the execution was lacking for Louisburg, and that's part of their issue here, and that's why they trail by 3 at this point of the game after leading 15-4.
Support the Hurricanes. Scan here or text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today. Help keep this stream free for Hurricanes fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College athletics. Hurricanes basketball this year will be presented by High Level Media right here on Louisburg Sports Network. PD Norris Craig Green will bring you coverage all season for the men and the women.
It's 7.5 minutes to go here, PD, in this first half. In the huddle right now for Brian Bagwell, if you're telling your team anything, it's to settle down right now. Settle down, find the basketball defensively, trust your instincts, and try not to react, just play. Don't sit out there and think. I think he thinks his players are thinking a little too much. Got to start trusting your instincts.
Yes, Coach Adam Wainwright can be mad at his troops, in the last 7 minutes and 20 seconds. They're putting up an 18-4 run. And you got a lead on the road by 3. Mathika back in the game. Mathika drives, gives it up. Charles nearly turns it over, but right there to bail him out is Caden Tazik.
The Hurricanes need a bucket in the worst way right now, PD. They've got to keep that ball moving.
Majet for 3, and it rattles in.
2 threes by Majet. It's been a quiet first half for him so far. It is its second 3, but you haven't seen much from him. Hasn't been touching the ball much.
In that 3-minute lull, he wasn't even on court. Majet wanted to take that charge, but they'll give it up before the charge, and nothing but navy blue down low, and right there to clean it up, and DJ Charles picks up 2.
That's his second straight bucket for DJ Charles. And again, it's all because of the lack of boxing out by Louisburg. They're not boxing out defensively. They're not boxing out offensively.
Majet, 3 threes, 9 points, leads the way, and we're within 1 possession.
Now, if Majet gets hot, that's going to be a problem for Wake Tech. They're going to have to extend and put somebody out there on him. Again, we've seen it early off, and a lot of teams didn't respect the three-point game of Donovan Majet.
So post players switch side for Wake Tech.
See Majet right now playing a help defender. It's a zone defense by Louisburg.
Charles drops his shoulder, goes inside, steps back. No.
Much better job by Louisburg to crash the boards.
Louisburg down by 1 with a chance to take the lead. Knox. 3 straight threes, and the Hurricanes regain the lead. 2 by Donovan Majet, 1 right there for Robbie Knox. And the Hurricanes back on top, 28-26 with a 4-point play coming.
And Mathika commits the cardinal sin, fouling the 3-point shooter. Robbie Knox knocks it down from downtown. Hurricanes back in front.
Jim gets quiet here as Robbie Knox couldn't complete the 4-point play, and we got a whistle.
Majet
over the back.
Now,
Majet.
Now, that call was made, by Ken Pike, but we have not seen Wake Tech call for the exact same thing on the opposite end of the floor. More than once, I've seen Harris jump over the back of a Louisburg player to try to grab a rebound.
Typically, we don't see that call much in NJCAA. It's more like high school and stuff like that, but Majet picking up the careless foul right there. He's having to go to the bench with 5:40 left.
Yeah, he's got 2.
So bring it up, and Knox thought he had the pockets right there of Harris, but Tim Lewis says no, sir.
Let's see if the Hurricanes go back to this trap defense that they've employed early on. We saw it work earlier and it forced a turnover.
Harris with the ball with 28 on the shot clock. Knox, great defense on Harris, and Knox picks up his second foul. And that's the second call from Tim Lewis tonight.
That's a tough matchup for
Knox.
I mean, Saquon Harris has about 5 or 6 inches on Robbie Knotts. And, you know, from our angle over here, underneath the basket by the Hurricane Club, I mean, I did see Harris kind of extend and chicken wing that left arm and create contact with Knotts first. So, you know, something that the referees have to keep their eye on as well.
You know, Harris had a position. It was driving straight to the cup, and Robbie Knotts, you know, got beat a little bit off of that as it rounded the top of the key right there. Picks up the foul.
Knotts 3 or 4 so far from the free throw line. Excuse me, Harris.
Knox pulls down the big rebound. Whipping around the corner. Trying to go inside. Nearly turns it over.
Louisburg needs to continue to move the basketball and take good shots.
Knox working out high post. Step back Smith. Falls to the floor. Loose ball and coming out with it, Wake Tech. Mathika gives it up to Harris, and Harris leans over and tries to draw the foul. And trying to save it out of bounds, but Torrey Brown steps on the baseline. Turnover, Hurricanes. Both teams with 6 turnovers here in the first half. We've got a 1-point game here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you're just joining us, it was all Hurricanes in the first 5 minutes. They were out 15-4. And then it was a 22-4 run by Wake Tech in the next 6.5 minutes. Louisburg took the lead on the Robbie Knox 3. And we've been back and forth since the 6-minute mark, and Wake Tech back ahead by 1.
Nice pass that time from Shepard to Manhertz. And Manhertz gets his 4th point of the game.
Isaiah Smith, not a very good free throw shooter. He's 13 for 26 on the season. Right at about 50%. Makes the first. Tied at 29, our second tie here in the first half. We're tied at 17 and the 10:41 mark. And now we're tied at 29. And the Hurricanes get up 30-29. 1-point lead, Wake Tech.
Hurricanes 4 of 8 from the line so far in the first half. Got to do better at the free throw line, especially in a tight ball game like this.
Nehemiah picks up Smith. And the turnover, Wake Tech. 7 turnovers. Wake Tech trying to get a little too fast with that one as Harris. So he threw one from center field. 30-29.
We'll see this ball tempo here for Louisburg, see if they can move it around quickly, find some mismatches.
Lavelle to the corner, Nehemiah for 3. Yes! Shortest part on the court, and the Hurricanes lead by 4.
And now McDonald
with 2 threes.
Yep, leads all scorers with 10 points, first to double digits.
3:50 and counting. Surreal gives it a backdoor cut, but turns it over. Ball's loose, and coming out with it, the Eagles. Great ball movement. There to clean it up was Manhertz. (33-31). Got a timeout inside the 4-minute timeout. 33-31. You're listening to Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media. Support the Hurricanes. Scan here to text Roll K's to 44321 to give today. Help us keep the stream free for Hurricanes fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College athletics. Welcome back to Louisburg College for the Hurricanes lead by 2, and Robbie Knox continues to climb in the scoring column. Knox with 5 straight points for the Hurricanes. They're up by 4 now.
3 buckets for Robbie Knox, and a really nice one that time going up with the left hand.
Trying to put the man on the poster, but Holly just lays it up. 35-33.
Really good athleticism by Holly that time. He looked like he wanted to jump up and dunk it, but adjusted in midair.
Lavelle shots off the mark, and Eagles coming down with it with a chance to take the lead. Surreal gives it up. Drive and a little runner for Tazik. We're tied at 35. Tied at 17, tied at 29, tied at 35. Wake Tech looking to pick up their first win in the season. Louisburg looking to start off on a hot streak for Coach Brian Bagwell. Move on to 4-0.
Yeah, we're deadlocked here, PD, in the first 17 and a half minutes of this first half. And again, it's a tough opponent for the Hurricanes. Again, a team with the size and the length of Wake Tech. And they've kept up with them punch for punch, blow for blow so far.
Braswell makes the second free throw. He's 5 for 14 on the year.
Here comes the trap.
Just under 35%, and you let him go up, he'll take it as Holly.
I think the rotation on the trap was late that time. That's why Holly was able to get a clean look at the basket.
1-point lead, Wake Tech. Inside of 3 minutes. Braswell high off the window and gets an and one. Who will they give the foul to?
I think it's Harris.
Should be Harris, and that's who they give it to. 1-point lead.
A really nice take to the basket that time by Jade Braswell. Again, going into the land of the Giants and finding gold at the end of the rainbow.
Southpaw out of flight 22 converts a 3-point play. 6 for 16 on the season. .38% free throw shooter. Surreal has to move off the ball. Surreal gives it up. 9 on the shot clock. Inside is Holly. Surreal with 5. Driving, and it's off of his leg, and it's Louisburg's ball. Nice defense by Jade Braswell.
Exactly. I was just going to say that, and Braswell slapped the ball off the leg of Sorrell and forced a turnover.
136 and counting, Louisburg with a 2-point advantage. Braswell gives it up to Lavelle.
Wake Tech coming over to try to help out here. They're trying to create 2-on-1 mismatches on
Smith
defense.
for 3, no, and it's an air ball. Looking like it might, Trey Manhurst wanted to grab that ball, but he pulls back and lets it go right out of bounds. And we got a timeout here with 1:16 left, 1 possession game. Wake Tech with a chance to tie it. Would you go down and rush the shot, or would you let the shot come to you?
No, clock is your friend right now. I mean, you've got 76 seconds left, and you've got the full 30. So no rush right now. I mean, if you really wanted to, speed up the process,
Could get 2 for 1.
You could, or even a 3 for 1, really. If you hurry up, because right now with 30, I mean, there's probably about 2.5 possessions left if you extend the shot clock 30 each time. So if you're the Hurricane, I mean, if you're Wake Tech, it just really depends on what you want to get out of this. Do you want to, do you want to get as many opportunities as possible, or are you okay with just killing the clock and taking your best shot?
But Wake Tech is moving a whole lot better off the ball here in the latter part of the first half than they did in the opening 5 minutes. Because the opening 5 minutes are about as flat as a pancake.
It started off slow, and again, Hurricanes have shot in this gym, for the entire summer. Wake Tech on the road, they kind of gathered themselves and have made this a ball game.
Okay. Forcing up the shot, still have plenty of opportunity, but to pull it back down. And here come the Hurricanes. Barnes with the runner. Barnes trying to get the 2-for-1 here.
Nice little floater, too. Got it over the top of Tezic.
Hurricanes with 20 on the shot clock. Nehemiah nearly has a steal from Harris. Spinning right in the hands of Nehemiah McDonald.
Picked his
ahead to Smith. He'll pull it down, and he'll bring it down. Brings the house down. We have a celebration warning by Isaiah Smith, but hey, when you get away with it and you get a dunk, I would take the celebration anytime, Craig.
Absolutely. I mean, the steal, the tomahawk jam in the near court here. I mean, it got the crowd to its feet. I mean, hey,
could be the turn of the tables for the Hurricanes coming out in the second half. Wake Tech shot clock is off with 19. Surreal. Harris pulls up with 10. Had a nice look. And we got a foul by Wake Tech. The Hurricanes will get the last shot here with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, it's Caden Tezic down there. He got his legs tied up, trying to go for the offensive rebound, and instead, a little bit too much contact. But when it comes to the technical foul or what have you, the delay of game, got to act like you've been there before. I mean, this game is far from being over. So, save the celebration for when the final buzzer goes off.
Tezic out of Wakefield High School. Pretty sure Coach Brian Bagwell saw him play a little bit of high school. Wakefield, just right down the street here from Louisburg and Braswell. It's 3 for 3 for the charity stripe with 10 points tonight. Welcome to the double figure land with Nehemiah McDonald. Nehemiah with 10 also. Braswell makes it 11. We got 5 seconds. Wake Tech with the ball.
Watch a matchup between Manhertz and McDonald here. They're kind of getting hooked up.
44-37. Pulling up. No. And that takes us to halftime. 45-37. Louisburg Hurricanes lead in intermission. Support the Hurricanes. Stand right here. Text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today. Help us keep this stream free for the Hurricane fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College Athletics.
I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. What you gonna do? I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. What you gonna do? I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you.
It's 45-37 here at halftime. Louisburg on top of Wake Tech right now from the Roger G. Taylor Arena. This is Craig Green at halftime. My partner, P.D. Dorsey, will be back with you momentarily. Again, score right now, Louisburg in front of the Wake Tech Eagles, 45-37. And when you look at the leading scorers for the Louisburg Hurricanes, they're currently led by Jade Braswell and Nehemiah McDonald unofficially with 10 points apiece. Donovan Majette with 9, Robbie Knotts with 7. Cam Barnes is on the board with 2. On the opposite side for Wake Tech, they are led by Saquon Harris. He leads all scorers with 11 points. 4 points apiece for Trey Manhertz and DJ Charles. BJ Solomon chipped in with 3. Caden Tezick with 2. Jayden Shepard 2. Andrew Navarro with 2. S.J. Sorrell with a 3-point basket, and Taquan Holly, the 6'7" sophomore out of Bertie High School, has 6 points for Wake Tech. The Eagles unofficially had 9 turnovers in the first half, Louisburg with 7, and right now the Hurricanes lead by a score of 45-37.
You know, Craig, a lot of players on Wake Tech scored. They were able to fight back and get on that 22-4 run. And, you know, once being down in the first 5 minutes, down by 11, 15-4, they fought all the way back and they took the lead with 10. They tied it with 10-11 left at 17. We had 3 ties in the first half, and then the Hurricanes battled back and forth. Hurricanes got down by as many as 5. They're trailing at the 9:07 mark, 22-17. And there's a lot of back and forth basketball there as Robbie Knox, you know, 2 triples there in the corner by Donovan Majette. You know, he's quiet tonight. He's only got 9 points, all 3 of them coming from long range. But, you know, the problem we said at the beginning, the problem is they're not crashing offensive boards, second chance opportunities for Wake Tech. And that's how they fought all the way back in this game, because if you could have told me at the 5-minute mark, you know, and the 15-minute left in the first half, that Wake Tech would even be anywhere close to what they've got right now, I would have told you, hey, I'm taking an odd. That's not going to happen.
And we talked about it, just like you said in the pregame. You know, Wake Tech rebounds the ball well, despite their 0-4 record. They've been a competitive team. And for Louisburg, they don't rebound the basketball well, and that's been a lot of their Achilles heel. And again, they've been able to survive some of that stuff to a 3-0 record, but tonight, a little bit different.
Yes, and, you know, it's, like I said, 3 ties in the first half. Biggest lead for the Hurricanes been 11. Biggest lead for Wake Tech's 5. Right now, it's an 8-point game for Louisburg. Louisburg with a little bit of momentum coming into open up the second half. Let's see if Coach Bagwell told his troops down in the huddle that, hey, we knew we could beat these guys. We're up by as many as 11 in the first half. We have to come out here in the second half and set the tempo at home, or Adam Wainwright and the Eagles will pick up the first win of the season.
Yeah, I mean, Harris has been the main ball handler for these guys. You've got to get the ball out of Harris's hands. Harris and Holly have been the two guys who have been, trying to distribute and set the offense for Wake Tech. And again, the trap has been working well for the Hurricanes, but it's all about the rotation of the trap. They've got to do that offensively. I think they just need to continue to move the basketball better. They've got to do a much better job crashing the boards offensively.
The Hurricanes going to come out with their starters, Majette, Braswell, Smith, Knox, and McDonald. It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Adam Wainwright will do with Wake Tech. We saw a lot of different players, Navarro coming off the bench, B.J. Solomon, D.J. Thomas, Trey Manhurst, Chris Harris. They'll come out with...
They're starting five.
They're starting five. We got Shepard, Holly, Mathika, Baker for the Eagles, along with Saquon Harris. And the Hurricanes on defense to start the second half. Wake Tech down by 8.
Shot clock didn't. Yeah, sorry, Petey. The shot clock didn't move there. Game clock started, but the shot clock did not. Wow.
It's a turnover. As Tim Lewis will chat it up with Eddie Shannon. So we'll stay with Wake Tech. Nehemiah McDonald looking at officials laughing as he thought he got away with it.
Well, had a tick mark for the first turnover of the second half, but got to take that away now.
Shepard gets to inbound and hands it right off of Mathika.
See if the Eagles try to get the Hurricanes to switch off defensively again, weaving the basketball around the perimeter.
Harris drives and draws the foul on Nehemiah McDonald. McDonald dropping that elbow. That's the first whistle, well, third whistle of this opening 24 seconds, but the first foul. They'll lob it in. And misses the easy lob was Jadis Shepard.
Majette and Braswell were asleep under the basket. Hurricanes got lucky.
Majette, shots blocked. Majette gets it back. Kicks it to Braswell. Off the elbow, and Braswell hit the floor hard. And picks up 2.
You got to keep the ball moving if you're the Hurricanes. Again, the length of Wake Tech out there to bother the shooters on the perimeter.
10-point game. Little runner inside for Shamil Baker.
That's his first points of the game.
Smith. Looks like Coach Bagwell slowing the tempo down here. Nehemiah McDonald's uncontested 3, come up short. Baker kicks it 3, no. Harris with the rebound off of Majette. Whoa. This is right off of Harris. Looked like it rolled off Majette's fingers.
Yeah, 50-50, give it to the home team.
Smith. Nothing moving under the basket for the Hurricanes. No one running the baseline. Smith kicks it. McDonald baselines, fouled from behind, and Holly with a foul. McDonald will shoot 2.
Early opportunity for Nehemiah McDonald to put some points on the board for the Hurricanes and get into rhythm here from the charity stripe.
McDonald misses his first tonight.
He's 3 of 5 from the line, 2 of 5 from the line right now. Not the best showing for Nehemiah. He's got to knock this one down.
Here Coach Bagwell from a distance. Pressure the ball coming up the court. Mathika pulls it back out. A lot of players moving off of the ball for Wake Tech. Hurricanes collapsing on defense. Shots, but no boxing out. Nehemiah's hit. And they'll call the foul on. That's
Holly.
That's the second straight.
He's got 3. He'll have to be careful.
Smith at the logo. Driving on Baker. High kiss. No. Coming down with the rebound, Shepard. Pushing into front court. Slows it up as they did not have any numbers. Shepard in trouble. Picks up the dribble. Here, Coach Bagwell. Get down on defense. Let's go. Shepard with the screen. Kicks it. Baker for 3. And there to clean up the rebound. A volley, and coming out with the Shepard. And a shot doesn't fall as he's getting hacked.
Hurricanes having a hard time with the smaller lineup boxing out. They're having a hard time boxing out Harris and Shepard.
Nehemiah with the foul. Shepard will shoot 2. Down by 9 on the road. Shepard gets a love from the visiting rim. Shepard with just 3 points. First trip to the line. Ryan Bagwell's has no one at the table for Nehemiah McDonald. Letting him play, letting the leadership of the sophomore play.
It's confidence he's got in 24, plus you've got the ball right here.
Knox wide open, no. Coming down with a Shepard, fighting Hurricanes with a foul. Majed on the rebound.
Majed will have to be careful. He's got 3.
Majed, McDonald, both in foul trouble here with 16:44 left. Wake Tech gets the ball across the timeline just in time.
Hurricanes starting to pressure the ball at the half court now.
Mathika gives it up on the baseline. Holly couldn't connect. Follows the shot and a kiss off the window.
Can't keep allowing Wake Tech multiple opportunities, or you are going to be made to pay every single time.
Six to 1 run. Crooked number on the run here. Only free throw was Nehemiah McDonald.
See what the Hurricanes want to do offensively now. Who are they going to target here?
The Jet step back, long 2 off the mark. Harris stabbed at it. Solomon pulls it back out. Driving, the Jet couldn't defend. Mathika takes it home.
And that's his first 2 points of the game as well for Charles Mathika. But you can feel Wake Tech growing into the game. Hurricanes have the lead, but it feels like the momentum belongs to Wake Tech.
9-1, 8-1 run. Eagles way. And they say Braswell lose the ball, and Wake Tech will have the ball coming out of the media timeout. 48-45. Similar start to the second half we saw in the first half, Craig.
Yeah, well, the first half we saw, the Hurricanes kind of establish their dominance early on. I mean, 15-4 lead, but then, you saw the Eagles start to grow back into the ball game. And again, at the half, Wake Tech had the lead by 8 points right now. Here, so far, it's an 8-3 run by Wake Tech. And again, I feel like they've got the momentum right now despite trailing by possession.
Wake Tech's moving a whole lot better off the ball. They're following their shots or crashing the board. Something we haven't seen this season for Louisburg yet. I mean, every game we see, it's almost reminds me so much of the NBA. Not a lot of crashing the boards. They just put the shot up and roll down the court and get defense. By then, I mean, you have to defend your offensive board.
I want to see the collective confidence of the Hurricanes start to build here. You know, the last possession, I don't think that was a very good shot by Majette, the fadeaway from about 17 feet away. You know, I'd like to see them trying to work it inside. I mean, right now, you've got Holly with 3 fouls, Shepard with 2. You know, work it down and try to see if you can, you know, pull these big guys away from the basket. You have also got to box out. You've got to find a way to get 5 and 13 away from the basket.
You know, Majette had Harris across, you know, away from the back bucket. That's why he stepped back, but the reach advantage of Harris was able to get the block on Majette. And Wake Tech turns it over. That was Baker with a turnover from East Carter High School in Beaufort, North Carolina, listed at 6'1".
Hurricanes have a chance now to increase the lead by more than 1 possession. And, you know, again, it's been a slow start for them, but if they play with some confidence, you may see some points on the board.
Lavelle will be the first sub to come off for Brian Bagwell. Majette for the corner, yes.
4 threes for Donovan Majette.
Pretty quiet other than the 4 threes. I mean, he hasn't really, you know, he's got 3 fouls, so defensive-wise, he has to slow down if he plans on staying in this game. Harris spinning on McDonald. Baseline, puts up the runner, crashing the board. Solomon, and Wake Tech stays right with it, and Majette picks up the foul. That's 4 fouls on Donovan Majette.
He'll have to go take a seat, and that's a big development, I think, for the Hurricanes if
That's
Majette
unofficial.
will sit down.
So still waiting on the official foul count. First free throw is good. Baker goes 50% on that trip. And a 3, Braswell. 2 straight threes for the Hurricanes. They lead by 8.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered that time. I mean, the 3 ball by Braswell, the 3 ball by Majette. You know, it's helped push this lead back out for the Hurricanes.
And another foul on Nehemiah McDonald. The next dead ball will get the correct foul count. McDonald, in our book, say 3. Majette either with 3 or 4. Coach Bagwell not looking for the bench yet. Shepard gives it up to Harris, and they'll switch off on defense, put Robbie Knox on Harris. And the mismatch size for Wake Tech, see if they'll work the ball more to Harris. Shepard lays it up. Jaden Shepard picks up 2.
And a nice athletic move by Shepard to the basket as well.
As well as Smith. Driving, finds McDonald. It's too far underneath the basket, but backs up, and Harris finds the trailing in his numbers. Mathika connects for 2. 4-point game, 54-50.
Hurricanes need to keep the ball moving. This driving and kicking isn't working right now.
Size advantage is Wake Tech's way. Smith stops and turns it over. Shepard comes out with it, finds Navarro. Driving, high kiss off the window, draws the foul on Lavelle. And a lot of whistling going on against the Hurricanes right here. 54-50. Support the Hurricanes. Scan the QR code or text Roll Canes to 44321 to keep this stream free all season. Navarro. Makes it a 1-possession game. 54-52. Hurricanes need to work the ball inside. Braswell off the elbow. Wake Tech with the rebound. Holly.
Good defense that time by the Hurricanes.
15-9 run, make it 15-11.
Yeah, the defense that time by Braswell forced that turnover, and Nehemiah McDonald scores and helps extend that lead just a little bit further out.
Coach Adam Wainwright comes off of the bench, frustrated, upset. Solomon, look at Solomon, big man stepping in. 6'4" frame out of Lumberton, driving like he's 6'7". Braswell answers with a 3 right in front of the bench. Back to a 5-point lead.
It's third 3 of the game and second of the second half.
Lobs it into Holly, and he tries to dunk it. Gets away with a layup over Knox. No help side defense for Knox.
And Holly got lost making his way to the basket.
Holly's closer to the rim than he was. Lavelle 1 to 3, and he steps right on the inbound right in front of Coach Bagwell. We got a timeout, 11:19 left, 59-56, 3-point lead for the Hurricanes, but the momentum is on Wake Tech's side here in the second half. Down by 8 at halftime, down by 3 with 11:19 left. Petey Norris Craig Green will return. If you're looking to support the Hurricanes this season, go ahead and scan the QR code or text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today.
I don't depend on what you're gonna do. I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you.
Welcome back to the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Petey Norris, Craig Green here, presenting you Louisburg Sports Network. 59-56, 11:19 left. If you're just joining us, first half was back and forth, open and fit 5 minutes, was all Louisburg Hurricanes. They open up to a 15-4 run to start the game in the first 5 minutes. They cut it back, and Hurricanes went on a long, and Wake Tech went on a 22-4 run. Since then, it's been back and forth basketball. We had 3 ties in the first half. We've had no ties in the second half, but we've been up and down, and Wake Tech with an advantage and down by 1. Great take by Harris for the Eagles.
And again, the momentum firmly on the side of Wake Tech right now. Hurricanes hanging on by a thread. I mean, you've got Majette on the bench with 4 fouls. You probably won't see him for quite a while. And Nehemiah McDonald teeter-tottering as well. He's got 3. So you got to be careful if you are Wake Tech. And actually, the next foul, or if you're the Hurricanes, and the next foul on the Hurricanes will put Wake Tech at the line for the remainder of the game.
Smith. No one moving on the baseline. High post is Knox. Trapped off, forces up the shot. Trying to draw a foul was Braden Smith. Navarro comes out. Nehemiah flirting. And they say it's Wake Tech's ball. It was right off of Nehemiah McDonald trying to save.
A heck of an effort by McDonald to come back and steal the basketball back.
Flirting with 3 fouls. Surreal gets it into Harris. Rolling off of the screen and a foul. Oh, they
said Smith got him. I thought it was going to go to Barnes.
Isaiah Smith picks up the foul, and that's his first. Shepard. He set a high screen for Harris, and Harris did go around the screen. He rolled right off of it. He got in the lob pass and went straight up and got fouled by, had two Hurricanes right there, like Craig said. It was either going to be Cameron Barnes or Smith. They give it to Smith. McDonald.
Rushed it. Nobody in the Hurricanes ready to rebound.
Only one coming opposite side on the baseline was Cameron Barnes. But boxing out was Harris. Shepard rolls off the screen. Kicks it to the corner. Wake Tech in and out. McDonald fight between three Wake Tech Eagles. Gets the rebound. Tied at 59 with 9:48 left.
Got to keep the ball moving here.
Smith. No. Barnes pulls down a rebound. McDonald literally stepped on the sideline as official. Knox up and under with that left hand. Looking textbook savvy right there with Knox. Looking like the playground back in the day when you're mismatched on the size, and Wake Tech turns it over. And the Hurricanes lead 61-59.
Yeah, really good take by Knox that time to put it up with the left hand across over Shepard and avoid the defender.
McDonald, 5-0 run for the Hurricanes. McDonald nets a three from the shortest part of the court, and it's 64-59.
It's the fourth three-pointer of this second half for the Hurricanes.
Torrey Brown picks up the foul. He fouls Surreal as he beat him to the bucket.
And remember now, Wake Tech is going to go to the line here for 1-1. That's the 8th team foul now on Louisburg, so they're going to be shooting free throws for the final 9 minutes of this game. Not a good recipe if you're Louisburg. You have to play cleaner defense here to avoid extra chances at scoring the basketball.
Be great if this is women's basketball, reset after every quarter. But right now, it's a 5-point game. Wake Tech, Surreal misses. It's okay if they miss the free throws. We just got to capitalize as Knox pulls down the big rebound for the 6'3" freshman. And a turnover. Wake Tech with numbers. Lobs it to himself and puts it up. Harris.
All calls by a turnover that time. You can't give Wake Tech that many opportunities. Can't give them the basketball. They're already shooting free throws.
Knox over to Barnes. Looking back door. Player was way out of bounds. Knox driving. Shots blocked by Harris, but he's on the floor. Harris picking up the foul as he's talking with Eddie Shannon about the call. To stay right on the floor. And Shannon walking away as he goes to the scorer's table. Harris needs to watch out. He'll get teed up real quick. You're on the road, young man.
It's a passionate game is what basketball is. And, you know, nobody wants to foul out in a contest like this where it's so closely contested and a lot of eyes on it.
Knox draws the foul on Harris as he's faked the shot. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, I was thinking Knox was taking a shot myself.
Got him off his feet. Made him pay for it.
That's Harris's third, and he'll go to Coach Wainwright with 8:17, and he'll have a seat. This is where we need to capitalize for the Hurricanes. You know, B.J. Solomon from Word of God in Raleigh is coming in with a big body off the bench. Solomon just one field goal tonight. Lavelle uses his size and his advantage, gets the window kiss. We got a Hurricane down on the floor.
Yeah, it's Isaiah
Looks like Smith.
No,
No,
it's
Braswell.
Braswell. Well, he got stepped on after Lavelle made the basket.
Front court for the Hurricanes, Braswell and Smith. Has definitely contributed a lot in this game tonight with Nehemiah McDonald and Majette in foul trouble. Barnes, Lavelle, Majette, Knox in the baseline, and Barnes picks up the foul. Getting beat on the baseline, and Daquan Holly will shoot two. See the bucket counted. He'll shoot an and one. After the Hurricanes here for Coach Bagwell with 7:55 left. You're up by 3 at home. Biggest lead so far has been 11 for the Hurricanes. Wake Tech's led by 5. Looking to support the Hurricanes. Scan the QR code or text 44321 to give today. Help us keep this stream free for Hurricanes fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College athletics. Craig, with 7:55 left, just a one-possession game, looking for a 4-point play. Wake Tech's playing like they were looking for their first win tonight.
Yeah, after losing the first 4 ball games, you're going to wonder what it's going to take to get a W here. And, what it really takes is the little things. And I think we're seeing exactly what Adam Wainwright preaches, which is toughness. They're playing tougher basketball. They're hustling to the basketball. They're doing a lot more little things correct right now. Hurricanes are shooting the 3-ball well. But, again, the things that have hurt them early on in the season, Achilles heels for them, rebounding the basketball, has really started to creep up here, and that's why this is a 3-point game.
Look for a 4-point play here for Holly. Holly with a southpaw. Nice follow through. Next game for the Hurricanes will be Saturday against Catawba Valley at 3 o'clock right here on Louisburg Sports Network. We've got a doubleheader Saturday, and Cameron Barnes comes up with a nice opportunity short, and Holly with a big rebound. Wake Tech with a chance to take the lead with a 3 or tie it with a deuce. Navarro working baseline. Shepard gives it to Navarro, popping out for 3. Navarro follows his shot, puts up another 3, says I'll go 1 for 2 on this trip. We got a lead by Wake Tech.
That shouldn't happen right there. He should not be out hustling 5 Hurricane players to the ball.
Holly doesn't like the call at the other end.
The Wake Tech bench is going to be loud here. Of course, they are the ones with the momentum. They've got the lead back here, again, especially after Navarro's 3. So they're woofing it up. It's very reminiscent of watching Patrick and Henry here last week, being very loud, very boisterous on their side of the floor.
Coach Gaskins and the Lady Hurricanes come home on Saturday at 1 o'clock against University of South Carolina, Sakahatchee at 1 o'clock. So we've got a doubleheader. Catawba Valley and Sakahatchee from South Carolina. Majette with the steal. Trail end behind the back, and he could not connect was Braswell. That's a second straight layup missed. And the Hurricanes Coach Bagwell with his hands on his hips. Looks right to Robbie Knox. Knox gets up. Navarro will shoot 2 for Wake Tech, up by 1. On the road, looking for your first win. Navarro makes the first.
The Navarro's come on here in the second half, PD. Had just 1 bucket in the first half and 6 so far, looking for 7 here in the second. And this game has taken a whole new dynamic. Now, again, Wake Tech has officially taken the lead. Again, the momentum's still on their side. Hurricanes got to find the basket.
You don't need a 3. You need to work inside, get him in foul trouble. And taking a shot like that for Nehemiah McDonald is not the way to do it. Hollies. Picking up the foul. It's going to be on Jade Braswell, the 6'2 freshman out of Durham, flight 22.
Yeah, lack of execution here. Ball's not really moving for the Hurricanes. You know, they're playing a little lackadaisical right now. I won't say lackadaisical, but just a little sluggish. Really, that's a better word for what they're doing. You know, the effort's there, just the execution is not.
Holly's free throw, the 10-0 run for Wake Tech in the last 4.5 minutes. It's a 5-point advantage, and the Hurricanes continue to struggle. Midget finds Knox for 3. No. And a nice box out down low by Solomon. And we got a foul on Isaiah Smith.
Canes can't buy a bucket right now, PD. They're getting some decent looks. Just can't knock the shots down. I mean, they've still got 6 minutes left here and only down by 5, which could be 6 or 7 if Solomon knocks down the free throws. So you don't have to have it all right away, but you've got to stop the bleeding right now.
So he misses the first. Looking for a 3-possession lead. Last 4.5 minutes, and Surreal trips up Braswell. You know, more aggressively, the Hurricanes tonight. You know, obviously we've seen more fouls called against the Hurricanes than we have seen for Wake Tech, but, you know, looking like both teams will be shooting free throws remainder 5:52.
It's more important for the Hurricanes at this juncture, especially with them trailing, and especially being in the 1-1, which means you have to knock down the first one.
Navarro, the sophomore, at the table to return. And it's off of the leg of Jaden Shepard. So Surreal will exit. And Andrew Navarro, the 5'11 sophomore out of White Oaks High School, back into the game. McDonald putting up a 3 off the heel of the iron. Coming down with the rebound was Holly. Correction, Solomon goes up and he's stripped.
Good defense by McDonald. Got all ball.
Look for the lob right here as though looking at Solomon as the Jets right on Solomon. They'll come right in to Shepard. Navarro with a green light also for Wake Tech. Athika forces a shot and knocks with a foul. Shoot two. Athika tonight. First trip to the line, just 4 points. Isaiah Smith with 3. Misses the first. Both teams leaving a lot of points on the board here, Craig. Wake Tech looking like they're leaving a little bit more than the Hurricanes.
They've had more opportunities at the charity stripe than Louisburg has, and yeah, they have definitely left a few out there. That's 0 for 2 right there.
Isaiah Smith pulls down the big rebound off the missed free throw. Wake Tech looking like the SGA of the NBA. Every time they drive, he gets the call. And every time Wake Tech drives, there's a foul. Braswell turns it right over, dribbles right in the hands of Mathika. Ahead to Navarro, and he lays it up with the left hand.
Got to avoid those type of situations. I mean, Braswell literally just dribbled it off his own foot.
7-point lead. That's not the way to get back into this game, gentlemen, with 4:54 left. Navarro draws the foul, and that's the 4th for Nehemiah McDonald. Coach Bagwell's calling a timeout. If you're looking to support the Hurricanes, scan here or text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today. Help us keep the stream free for Hurricane fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College Athletics.
I don't depend on what you're gonna do. I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you.
Welcome back, PD North's Craig Green here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. 4:49 left. 7-point advantage. Wake Tech looking to pick up their first win of the season. But they'll have to do it from the line the rest of the way unless they get a field goal. And Navarro stands in for 2 for Wake Tech as Nehemiah McDonald is on the bench with 4 fouls. Majet with 4 fouls also. Biggest lead so far for the Eagles, where we stand now, 9.
Navarro, 11 points in the second half and perfectly 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. The Hurricanes look like they're confused, Peter. They don't know where to go with the basketball.
Majet, it's his first miss from beyond the arc tonight.
There's McDonald with a steal.
McDonald stops the bleeding for the Hurricanes.
He tried to dunk it, got hit on the way up, but still had enough power to get the ball over the rim.
17-10 run since the 11-minute mark for Wake Tech. Navarro, opposite corner from the last time he sunk 3, and he extends the lead to 10.
14 in the second half for Navarro. He's been the best player on the court for both teams.
Making a 20-10 run. The last 7:45. We got a timeout. Coach Bagwell, you need to go to the trick bag right here. Down by 10 with 3:33 left. If you want to play the lottery, 3:33 is a number to play your lucky threes tonight. But down by 10, what are you going to tell your group right now? You know, right to me, Craig, it seems like they're settling for shots that are not good looks.
They're forcing shots, absolutely. Yeah, they're forcing shots. They're not being very patient with the basketball. That's why you see, you know, they're kind of doing this ISO Joe thing here, where they're just kind of clearing out and telling their teammates to go rebound for them. I think more ball movement is going to help the Hurricanes out here. I mean, what we've seen Wake Tech do before is they've added a help defender out on the perimeter to create a 2-on-1 situation. If you keep the ball moving, you're going to find the mismatch. You're going to find the open shot. And then if you don't, you know, at that point, you know, it's up to everybody to have the instinct to get down, get underneath the basket and rebound and box out. This lead has ballooned because the Hurricanes have taken bad shots. They've turned the basketball over, and they have failed to box out the Wake Tech Eagles.
With 3:33 left, you got 2 of your big stars in foul trouble, but that's why you've got a good rotation and a good bench for Coach Bagwell. It's tonight is next man up.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, with 3:33 to go, it's now or never. So if I'm him, I'm probably going to gamble and put Majette and McDonald back in the game. You know, you got to have your best horses out there, because if you're going to go down, you're going to go down. And we do see Majette and McDonald back on the floor for Louisburg. They're going to bring their starting lineup out, Petey, to try to knock this 10-point deficit down and create a 1-point lead for themselves.
Majette with 12, Braswell with 19, Nehemiah McDonough with 18, Robbie Knox with 9, and Lavelle with 2, followed by Isaiah Smith with 6. And Nehemiah, good thing about the rest of the game, any whistle, both teams will be shooting 2.
Braswell and McDonald with both a game-high 19 points, but it's not been enough so far. I mean, the Hurricanes have let this lead slip away, and now it's become a deficit. Again, an 8-point lead they had at halftime, Petey. Now they trail by 8, a 16-point swing in favor of Wake Tech.
And Smith, Braswell picks up the foul, which will send Mathika to the line to shoot 2. Just 5 seconds off the clock.
The absolute worst thing you can do if you're Louisburg is foul and stop the clock and let them shoot more free throws.
He makes the first. Cheerleaders aren't helping out in this situation for the Hurricanes tonight. Sitting over there, Jim is quiet. And you're down at home by 9 to a team that still has not won a game this season. Makes both free throws.
Well, the feeling right now, Petey, in the gym is that, you know, the Hurricanes are in the most trouble they've been in all season, and it's not a good feeling. So, you know, everybody can see right now the quality of basketball the Hurricanes aren't playing isn't up to the standard of Brian Bagwell. That's kind of why they're down by 10 right now.
14 on the clock. Nehemiah's baseline's cut off, and he goes right off of the leg of Solomon with 20 on the shot clock. They reset the shot clock. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, it's down to 9.
Nine on the shot clock. They say Nehemiah was battling
foul on the floor there. Everybody stopped because there was a whistle, and also the buzzer for the shot clock went off at the same time. But it looks like, they're going to give a foul here to Baker. No, correction, that's not Baker. Sorry, looks like is it Holly? He held up a hand with a 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's what got me. I was like, wow, how can it be against Braswell? But now the clock says 25-40. 2:54 now. Majet makes the first.
Trying to get clarification, but I believe the foul went against B.J. Solomon, who's down low. And if so, that's his first.
Making both free throws within 8. Wake Tech gets the ball across the timeline. Navarro. Holly on the baseline. Drives. Baby hook. No, but there to clean it up. No one boxing out. Solomon back to a 10-point lead.
Hurricanes just don't have the size or the energy right now to keep Wake Tech off the glass. They've been getting just, they've been living on offense and they're getting destroyed on the boards every game.
It's Robbie Knox.
Yeah, he lowered the shoulder on Mathika, and Mathika was called for the foul.
Robbie Knox dropped that shoulder, and lucky was out of the restricted area because he looked like he's.
They're kind of letting him play right now a little bit.
Robbie Knox makes the first. Coach Bagwell, a little frustrated, has yet to take his coat off tonight. Knox. Free throws off with a big rebound for the 5'11 sophomore. Navarro. No one defended Navarro, and he comes down and puts up a little runner into paint.
I mean, he's really come alive here, PD. 16 points in the second half.
Nine-point lead. Navarro against Braswell. Braswell.
Hand check on the floor there. That's 4 on Braswell.
1:44 left, Craig, at 9:22 left. It was tied at 59. Wake Tech has, 26-16 run.
It's been ugly in the second half for the Hurricanes. I mean, ugly basketball here. They've scored 31 points, and Wake Tech has put up 48 in this second half so far. So it's been, again, a 17-point advantage for the Eagles here. But they come out in the second half and been the better team here, and it looks like they're going to ride this to a victory unless Louisburg can find their momentum here and reverse course. It's going to take perfect basketball for them to do that. But right now, looks like the straits are very dire.
Holly will bring it in.
See if the Hurricanes try to trap here again.
Too worried about being the official. Tim Lewis was shaking his head. He didn't step on the sideline.
Hurricane fans over there near that sideline thought that the Eagles stepped out of bounds, but it wasn't called.
Harris gets it. Holly steps around the Majet and lays it in, extends the lead to 11. Nehemiah McDonald lays it up, and Coach Bagwell calls a timeout with 1:24 left. 87 78.
Still got a chance here, but again, it's not been going your way because you cannot find a way to stop Wake Tech offensively. Either they're getting to the basket and scoring, or you're fouling them and they're knocking down free throws.
With 1:23 left. Not sure how 1 second come off the clock since we've talked and no players been on the court. But anyway, 87-78, 1:23 left. Right now, whatever it takes, Donovan Bajette or Nehemiah McDonald, if you got to pick up your 5th foul, do what you got to do. But we have to stop the offense from Wake Tech. And hasn't helped. I mean, like you keep referring back to what it was at halftime. They're down by 8. You know, and it's a completely different swing. And the way it looked like it's going to start in the second half, looked like Hurricanes going to come out and put a run on it. They went up by as many as 10. You know, they made a bucket to start. It went up, and then Wake Tech just slowly chomping back, and we tied at 59 with 9:22 left. Robbie Knox ties it, and then it's been all Wake Tech in the final 9:22.
Way too many empty possessions for Louisburg. I mean, that's how Wake Tech has scored 50 points in the second half to this point. Make it 52. That will probably do it.
By 11, Smith 1-3. Bajette, you have no time, sir. You need to get the ball off. And a turnover.
Yeah, the Hurricanes offense is completely out of sync right now. They have no answers for anything Wake Tech is doing defensively. And again, looks like the first loss of the season coming up for Louisburg here tonight.
Like I said, they'll be back on Saturday against Quattaba Valley. They'll be in Region 10 D2 opponent. Next up for Wake Tech, they got Patrick Henry on Wednesday.
That's a team that Louisburg beat here last week.
And that's the 19th, so they got a week off.
And Navarro for BPD. Andrew Navarro has been the best player on the floor, again, coming out of the locker room. He really locked in here. Again, 16 points in the second half, make it 17. He's got 19 on the game.
Sophomore coming off the bench. Out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, White Oak High School. 3 by Nehemiah's off the side of the backboard, and that's how it's been for the Hurricanes tonight. Harris pulls down another rebound. Knox steals it. Harris. So another into the foul. He'll shoot 2. Up by 12.
Eagles have done a good job getting the Hurricanes in foul trouble and really limiting, you know, again, the second unit of the Hurricanes not really able to keep the offensive momentum going. And Wake Tech has made them pay.
(92-78), 14-point lead. McDonald is fouled. He'll shoot 2. They're picking up the foul, Jaden Shepard.
You're pretty much academic at this point here for Wake Tech to get the win, their first win of the season. But the Hurricanes here, they've fought pretty hard in this game, and just way too many turnovers, way too many empty possessions, and that has what's caused this lead to balloon. Again, so far in the second half, Wake Tech has scored 55 points as McDonald knocks down the free throw. He's up to 25 on the game. But again, this second half, again, 55 to 34, a 21-point or 20-point advantage in the second half for Wake Tech. As they'll inbound the ball here with 40.2 to go. It's Harris under the basket. Full court press here by the Hurricanes. Last chance for them. They think they've still got a chance here. And behind McDonald, fouls Harrison. That will be the end of the night for Nehemiah McDonald. So McDonald with his 5th foul, he'll end tonight's game with 26 points. It's his best offensive showing of the season. And Saquon Harris will go to the line for 2. With 38.1 to go. And the first free throw is good for Harris. Saquon Harris so far in this game, PD, he's got 18 points and looking for 19, and he just got it. And McDonald, I guess, being allowed to stay out there, that was his 5th foul. They're not going to pull him off the floor.
You know, with 38 seconds left, the clock continues to run.
And Majette gets 2 more, and quick timeout. Use it or lose a timeout here. So Majette with 16 points. And 37 seconds left in this game. And it looks like we've lost our video feed here, so we'll stay with you through it as the referees are sorting things out here. And ball will be inbounded here underneath the basket by Harris. Harris gets it into Mathika. Mathika across the timeline. Mathika down low past to Manhurts. He passes it back out. Holly will hold it. Looks like they're going to just dribble out the clock here, PD, as Wake Tech is going to come into this building with a goose egg in the W column, and now they're going to leave with a cricket number.
You know, just like that, Craig, you know, Wake Tech come in. They had no wins on the season, and, you know, now they got their first win. The final score, 92-84. You know, Coach Brian Bagwell pick up their first loss, but they see what it's like to play a D1 JUCO team. You know, you got to have size, you got to crash the boards. You got to do that if you expect to win this level of basketball.
The biggest issue for the Hurricanes, I think, is rebounding, and offensive rebounding was their Achilles heel, and tonight it showed absolutely.
And tonight, you know, it was a great game. I mean, the score does not tell anything about how this game was played out, Craig. You know, Louisburg come out hot in the first 5 minutes. They jumped ahead of Wake Tech 15-4. Wake Tech fought all the way back, went on a 22-4 run. It was definitely a tale of runs by each team. Both teams put up big, large number runs. But at the end, the Eagles soar and pick up their first win.
Yep, the biggest run so far was that second half run by Wake Tech. Again, they outscored Louisburg in the second half, PD, 57-37. After trailing by 8 going into the locker room, they came out like gangbusters and took over this game. And a lot of it had to do with the play of Andrew Navarro.
Yeah, like you said, Navarro definitely has to be the player of the game. Between him and Harris, it would have been all Hurricanes tonight.
Yeah, Andrew Navarro had 19 points for Wake Tech in tonight's ball game, and he led the Eagles in scoring after scoring 17 points in the second half. Saquon Harris also finished with 19. He had 11 of those in the first half. Hollywood 17, that is. Mathika finished with 8. Shamel Baker had 3 points on the night. Sorrell hit a 3-pointer in the first half. That's all that he was able to get. DJ Solomon finished this ball game with 8 points. Manhurts with 4, and DJ Charles with 4.
All right, biggest lead for the Hurricanes tonight's 11. They led 15-4. Then they let it break by 8, 45-37. And then the Hurricanes fell on the offensive side of boards. Really couldn't get no love from the crashing the boards in the second half nor the first half. Biggest lead for Wake Tech tonight is 12, as they led in the second half by 12. And we've had 4 ties in the game tonight. But Craig, now you're going into Region 10 play, Division II. You're a D2 basketball team. Now you match up against Catawba Valley, who you know well for the past seasons against the Red Hawks on Saturday.
Yeah, familiar opponent, and a bad taste in your mouth going into that game. So, what do you do about it if you're Brian Bagwell and the Louisburg Hurricanes? You just got to get back out here on the practice floor and get back after it and see what you can come up with here. Come up with a game-winning game plan and execute it this weekend to get your first Region 10 victory. But again, tonight it's a lesson learned if you're the Hurricanes. You're going to have to, crash the boards again. It was an Achilles heel of theirs. 4 rebounds a game on the offensive glass, the absolute worst in Region 10 D2. That's going to have to improve if they're going to win some of these games in conference play.
All right, Craig, you got a final unofficial scoring for the Hurricanes tonight?
26 for Nehemiah McDonald. He had 16 of those in the second half, and then he fouled out unofficially. Jade Braswell, second leading scorer, 19 points. Donovan Majette had 16. Robbie Knotts chipped in 10. Isaiah Smith with 6. Cam Barnes, 2. Julian Lavelle with 2. That wraps up the scoring for Louisburg.
All right, Craig, Louisburg 3-1 on the season. Saturday, they'll be back here inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena at 3 o'clock against Catawba Valley Redhawks. First game is the Lady Hurricanes after the weekend sweep in the 4th annual 401. They'll be back. They're here Saturday at 1 o'clock as they match up with University of South Carolina Sakahatchee, a D1 opponent for the ladies. So we'll see what Coach Gaskins has in store and what his game plan is to send Sakahatchee back home with an L.
And good luck to Coach Dennis Gaskins and the Hurricanes in that ball game. And again, good luck to you guys on Saturday with the broadcast. I'll be back with you on Wednesday for the game against Johnson Community College right here at the Taylor Arena.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media, we want to thank you for stopping in tonight and watching tonight's stream. Make sure you support the Hurricanes this season by scanning the QR code on your screen or text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today. Help us keep the stream free for Hurricane fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg Hurricanes College Athletics. Until Saturday, good night and God bless from the Roger G. Taylor Arena.